Hi everyone, it's Linda. Here's, for a long weekend I didn't do much. It's already, oh my god, it's already Monday. Okay, so I started this yesterday and it's not quite finished. But I got this idea from watching a video from, her name is Official Heather Wilkerson. So she was making a little journal with 2 brown bags and she was decorating the pages. And then she didn't talk that much throughout the whole video, but then she's suddenly making like these journal cards. So what she would do is she would take, sorry, it wasn't as set up as I thought. She would take, book pages and she would cut them down. So I cut mine to 4 by 6. And then on one side, she would take all the scraps from the book and even just extra pieces of paper she had from her, what she was decorating her little 2 paper bag journal with. She would take scraps and she would make, I don't know if you can see it that well, she would make these Franken-Page collage masterboard, whatever the heck you want to call it, a collage with the scraps, right? So what I did was I had 3 different projects. So these are two of them so far I've made with scraps. The one is the scraps I just showed you I haven't touched yet. So this was a project. So most of the papers came from that project. Okay, so here's another one. Right, so she glued down, she cut them, she had a lot of strips, whatever. However she did it, it doesn't matter. Right? So that's one. That was one. I don't know why I had a small piece, but I just decided to use it, a book page. So I just did it until I had no more really. Then it became like I'd have to do too much cutting with the scraps. So any smaller pieces I had left, for example, let's say this was left over. What I would do is I would take either my 1-inch hole punch or circle punch or 2-inch circle punch, and I would punch out circles until there was no more I could do, and then this would get thrown out. So that way I'm building my stash because I can glue a couple of pieces together and then make the round tabs, or we can just use them as they are in other projects or whatever. And 1-inches are also good for when you're trying to raise up a closure to put an eyelet or a brad in. And then wrap the string around or whatever, right? Like 1 inch could also just be used on their own as a tab, like gluing both sides of the edge of the page together. So that's what I do with and then whatever can't be used, gets thrown out. Excuse me, pardon me. Okay, so that's all and then after she did all that, then she turned around and glued. You have paper to write on, like journaling paper, whether it's plain or lined. Okay, so she did a Franken-Page collage or masterboard of the back. Okay, so what I need to do now is I just did the back this morning, so I'm going to put all of them under a pile of heavy books. So here's the other set. Here's the other designs. So there's this again. I had 2 small ones. I don't know why. So there's this, and the thing is, I can either cut these in half or use them as is, because they're journaling cards. So they can go into the project, or they can just go in a different project in the future, right? So, and like I said, I did the backs of these as well, right? So yeah, you use up the scraps of your cuts from when you're making, I tend to, because a lot of the scrapbooks I have from Michael's, the paper isn't, like, it's very flimsy, so I strengthen it by gluing on, like this, right? And then it makes it a bit thicker, especially when it's really dry. So I'm going to jam these under some books, and then to help flatten them out. And when I did the glue on this side, I used the Tombow instead of glue stick. I used a glue stick on the front because that's what she used. You really can use whatever the heck you want, but I thought I'd do the glue stick, give that a try. And it was fine. Okay, so that's my make. Now, let me just show you a couple of other things. I ordered this from Amazon Canada for $10. It came last weekend. I haven't had a chance to use it. the 1mm by 5mm magnets. There's supposed to be 100 in here. Because I've never been able to use all the other magnets they seem to sell, even in like Home Depot, are too thick. Like they're just too. 1mm is what I want for paper jobs, for paper projects. I don't want 2 or 3mm thick. Like that's just way too thick, and then it's too bumpy. So, and look how tiny they are, but they are very strong. They are very strong, in their own little tin. So I haven't, like I said, I haven't had a chance to use them yet, but I will. I might even be able to add them to anything current, but I'll probably just add them in a new project. So there's that. I went to IKEA with Maggie the other day for $3.49 plus tax. Isn't it adorable? I still have to actually tighten that screw with the real screwdriver, but it's fine. We couldn't resist. We each got one. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but you can throw little things. I was throwing clips in here at first, but then I ended up putting them somewhere else. But isn't that adorable? Like, what a great little... And it also had matching, like, a long tray and then 2 different sized, like, containers. They were kind of plasticky, I guess. I don't remember how much they were. Maybe $10. No more than that for sure. Probably less. And some other matching, like, paper-covered boxes. Some round, some square. It's just like a whole new thing. Like, the green designs was their theme. So, isn't that adorable? I had to buy it. Maggie bought one too, like I said. Okay, so you know the $1.25 Westcott micro tip scissors? I tested it out, and I don't know if you can see. I fussy cut a little bird. So, isn't she cute? So I just tested that out just to see if it worked, and yeah, they seem fine. The other thing is this calculator that I had bought. It does work. I don't know how good the battery is. I doubt it works for long. But look at it. There's its little pocket. It's so cute. I did have to charge it. So like I said, I left it under the lamp. So whenever the lamp was on, it was getting charged. And yeah. There, I just cover it up and it turned itself off. And I always do my 25, hang on. I always do my test of calculators. 25, oops, darn it. 25 square root. 5, yay. Okay, so it works. Yeah. So I just thought for $1.25, you know, for those times when you can't access your phone's calculator. Because, you know, why not? And good news, found my shaker. I don't know why I kept thinking it's a mason jar. It's not a mason jar. It's a bottle. So I did cut out like the pieces that you're supposed to put up here to make it look like cork, but I can't find them, and really in the end it doesn't matter because I forgot I had covered it up with this guy. So I did it myself. I cut the foam board with the outline, and then covered it up with the paper, which I figured out after. I should cut the paper and the foam at the same time because it wasn't quite lining up. And then I just distressed the edge so it's not so obvious that there's something there. But it's kind of cute, eh? For my first shaker. First, like, handheld shaker. And I had one in the first pocket letter I ever made. I made one in the middle pocket. But, you know, that stays with the pocket letter. So anyway, yeah. So there's my shaker. And that's it. That's my show and tell for today. And I hope you guys are having a great day. Talk to you later. Bye.